like, bro, she got a kid. Look at his back. Oh my god. Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to another reaction. Today from reacting, Joey Diaz tells a story about robbing his neighbors. Oh my god, man. Joey be going deep into these stories about how like he was like pretty much just a straight savage back when he was coked up and he was off all these drugs back in the day. God, man. Like, was it that accessible? Like, was it just that easy to get all these kind of drugs? Like, he be talking about doing like rhino tranquilizer, pills, it's everything else, like scraping stuff off of plates, and I don't know. It's just like it's just doing all this extra stuff. But yeah, we're gonna see what he got to say about robbing his neighbor. Oh my god, Joey Diaz, he's hilarious. Let us know if you want to see more videos from him down in the comments. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share, man. We got a skit coming for you soon. We should be posting that today. Make sure you check that out too. But yeah, we're finna hop right into this video. Let's go.
So I got this apartment with Jimmy Burkle, and we're sharp. We're making salads every night. We're getting different types of weed every night. There was a dude that we just told, you get good weed, just bring it over. Don't worry about the money, just bring it over. The money will be here when you get here. So every night, as soon as we're about to eat, we hear. Every fucking night, as soon as, like if we were cooking like a steak, like,
yeah.
And listen,
steak?
brother, you know, I ain't gonna lie to you. I would get off the bus, and I would walk into City Market, and I would buy like a jar of peanut butter, but I'd have a pillowcase, and I'd take 2 steaks, a package of Oscar Mayer salami, a head of lettuce. I would pay for the head of lettuce. I would pay for the mayonnaise. I would take the 2 lobster tails, the 2 steaks, and I'd buy like iced tea mix. And I'd walk, and I'd go up and talk to the owner. How you doing with the lobster tails and the steaks in the bag? And I'd go home and we'd cook fucking salad with Oscar Mayer with Italian vinaigrette and the whole thing. I mean, we did this every night, the same fucking meal. That's how crazy I was. But every night, as we were gonna go cutting the fucking steak,
eating steak every night.
This guy Ken, he was from Kentucky.
Ken from Kentucky.
He just showed up.
Ken always
Kentucky.
Oh my goodness, is that a steak? Last time I had myself a steak, it was a beautiful summer day, and he would just go on for, is that a bong? Is that, man, I haven't smoked marijuana in so long, my lips are starting to get, and he would have an anecdote for everything. And I would tolerate him because I'm a comic. You know, at that time I didn't know anything, but comedy made me kind of laugh. But my buddy didn't fucking like him at all. And he would always say, fucking Ken, what the fuck? You know, get the fuck out of here. And I'd go, you know. Yeah. So this went on.
No one would knock on my door. That's crazy.
No. He lived upstairs, and he always wanted to know what you were doing. Yeah. And he always invited you to something. Man, there's a party up in the bar with the band's cracking. You know, we'll go up there, pick up some bitches. But when you got up there, he always left his wallet at home. There was always a dilemma with Ken.
There was a by the way.
Ken didn't bother me at all. Ken didn't bother me at all. You know, there was times that he would come down and cut the steak in half and give it to Ken. There was times he bothered him. You know, like he got my nerves by telling me a long story about Kentucky and shit. And this went on for about a year and a half. And I like Ken. So one fucking day, now we lived in the basement.
You on Rob Ken?
It's like the office.
Oh my god!
And the office on top.
God.
And there was a balcony. And one day Ken comes in and he shows me. He goes, "Let me show you something." You know, and he shows me his brand new helmet.
Helmet?
Yeah, helmet. And he goes, "Yeah, didn't I tell you?"
Like football helmet?
No, I'm a bicycle rider, man. What do you think I go on the weekends?
That's his accent.
And he's telling me all these
things from Kentucky,
bicycles, and he shows me his new 10-speed with his fucking cleats and how he's going to run up and down the hill. So I said, where'd you get this? But he's telling me it's a $3,000 bike and all this shit. And I go, so
$3,000?
Tell me about all this. So I go, tell me about this fucking thing. And he goes, well, my granddaddy passed. And he left me like 20 large, and you know, he left me a note to enjoy myself, and I reckon I enjoyed myself, and I bought a bicycle and a helmet and goggles, and I bought some dessert, and I bought some groceries, and I said, so dog, what's the story? Nothing for Uncle Joey. A little something, a bag of weed, something. I mean, 2 years.
Yeah.
This was just like, and I didn't, the other guy would get mad. I thought the guy could
He's been
be
coming to
me.
your place for 2 years.
2 years, every fucking day at 6:30 on Sundays, and not even a rolling paper. And then he would go home to Kentucky. You wouldn't see him for a month. So I just asked him one day, I go, Kentucky, what's the story? You know, buy a bag of dope, bring it down. He's like, man, I can't do it. I only got like $800 left. I go, you got $10,800 left? He's like, oh yeah, I bought this badass jacket. I'm wearing it tonight. Right. And I'm like, oh.
From the jacket?
I go, well, dog, get a steak for me and Jimmy. He goes, nah, man, those days are over. And he just blayed out and insulted us. And Jimmy's like, we should just beat the fuck up. Like, let's let him go out.
Oh, yeah, because he had that bike there, didn't he?
No, I was going to take the rest of his dough. I know he was cheap and he wasn't going to take it all. He was going to hide it. And after because I had just insinuated.
You know you're gonna hide it. This dude Joey, man, he's just...
Jesus Christ, buy a fucking bottle of
beer.
beer. And he got all offensive. And that's when he left. And I was like, look, you're right, Jimmy. He goes, I told you he's a piece of shit. I go, all right. And Jimmy didn't say nothing about it. And all of a sudden Jimmy's like, I had a rough week. I got to go to bed. I go, all right, go to bed. And I started waiting for this motherfucker to leave. It was a Friday night.
Look at his face. He's like, oh, it's ready.
I heard them woo and fucking get in the car and go to Ashland. They were going to Ashland. I went out there and made sure they got on the road. And I went right to work. I wanted to see if his windows were open. Nothing. The ones in the kitchen. I was like, God damn.
That's why you always gotta make sure your stuff is locked.
He lived a level
Get
up.
thieves like Joey.
And I was in shape. I took a couch. I put a chair on top of the couch.
You up the balcony?
Oh, you know I did, motherfucker. I put the thing on top of that. And I fucking climbed up to the balcony.
They do all this to get in your house?
Left the sliding door open. Or maybe not. I think I had to go in there. I was that good in those days. If you had an apartment in that complex,
yeah,
I was getting in. I knew all the ins because I practiced on my own apartment.
I practiced on my own.
What the fuck you think you're dealing with? Me and Jimmy was an engineer, so
Joey
he gave me
Diaz.
every angle. I had every way to get into
you
every
practiced
door.
on your own apartment.
Every door.
This
I
makes
had
perfect
every
sense.
door down. Any door you had.
That
We
makes
had a
perfect
tool
sense.
to get into any door in that complex. Whether the key was on this side or the key was on that side. I had the master to the top. We knew how to slide the fucking door out. If you had 2 kilos or something, I'd slide the whole sliding window up. You know me, we knew all that. Like, we were prepared for all that. Plus, I had a dude, at that time I was taking electrical courses. And there was a dude.
Electrical courses?
Yes. Like,
For what? To be an electrician?
I was going to Colorado Mountain College, and you had to take like history and a fucking math, and then you had to take like an elective. And my friend said, take the residential wiring, bro. You get a job at Aspen Electric. And they paid like $10 an hour. So I got a job at Aspen Electric. I did really well. I wired a house, and I got the job. And they put me on a truck.
Trade, man. That's where a lot of that money's at. That's what I'm trying to get into.
The dude was the real fucking deal, right? The guy used to take me to his house, the great wife, you know. From time to time we'd smoke a joint, you know. What was I talking about?
You were talking about breaking in
So-
to Kian's apartment.
So we became friends.
Yeah.
And whenever it was an electrical situation, I'd go to him. And he'd tell me exactly how to fucking kick a system down, what it was, you know, how to do it. I was in a different realm when I was up there at 19 because this was what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And now here I am in it. I was in it. I had 2 different ways to go in your house. The stuff around but I was shitting in where I lived. That was the first lesson I was learning that I was getting, there was ABC.
Doing all your dirt too close to home.
There was like 9 or 10 buildings. I was getting one person in every building. But they were all semi-coke dealers, so nobody could say nothing.
Right.
I wouldn't get them for a lot. I would set them up for like a 3-day boom, 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 boom. One species game. You're out of the house.
Wait, you didn't take everything?
Why?
Well, who are they going to call if they're selling coke?
So let's pretend you got 3 ounces of coke in the house.
Yeah.
I go to your house and take a ½ ounce of the clean stuff. So when you come back from skiing, you're like, what the fuck happened? had that much time.
So what'd you get out of Ken's apartment?
So out of Ken's apartment, well, no, but Ken's apartment was tough. He knew. At that time, nobody knew what I was doing.
Hey, he knew.
He had an idea.
You must have said something to him. He was like, I gotta keep an eye out for this nigga.
I don't know, yeah.
And I would go, that's fucked up.
You hear that shit.
Then I went into his
You're
bag.
not finding my money.
I mean everywhere. The bicycle, I looked behind the bicycle, there was a pouch.
Yeah.
I looked everywhere. The closets. I went downstairs and I'm like, fuck, I didn't look in the bathroom. And I went right back upstairs and left the door open. Because I would hear him. I'd lock the door and he'd jump out his back thing. It wasn't that. In those days, I didn't care about a 10-foot drop. I was only 195. I could do a 10-foot drop all fucking thing.
10-foot. Damn, man, he's that different.
Looked in the shower, looked in his slippers, the fucking door. I opened up the kennel. Nothing. He's got pills in there. Then he's got those cans of Band-Aid.
Yeah.
Can of Band-Aid, Lee. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Look at Lee.
Damn,
You know what the can of Band-Aid looks like?
Now it's cardboard.
Yeah.
But back
But
in
it
the
was like
day, it
aluminum.
was metal.
Yeah.
The hard one.
Yeah, they're the tin.
And back in the day, they didn't have the tin. It just sealed.
Yep.
Bro, I opened it up. I looked in there, and there it was. Ben Franklin after Ben Franklin.
Ah.
8 of them.
Too
But
easy.
I knew it would break him. It was the last of his
Did you
Geeters.
take it all?
Every single time. Now, if he would have bought a steak, I
Yeah.
would have taken a douche, just as tax,
Wait, if he
and
bought-
closed the seal.
Yeah.
If he bought a steak, he still would have broke in.
Sure, just to test my knowledge. You know what I'm saying? In those days, I told you, I was 24/7. I had to test my knowledge.
He is.
Even my
test
brother
my
Lee, I
knowledge.
would have gone into your room. You
Yeah.
got 2,000. All I need is $55. He ain't gonna bother. He ain't gonna bother me.
Yeah.
Shit. You know what I'm saying? He's my little dog. Look at him.
So you got 800, and did he come down to the apartment?
The next day with a piece of like Scotch tape. He goes, Diaz, wake up, man. I got home from dancing last night, and somebody broke into my goddamn house. But I got a fingerprint off the balcony, and I know I wore gloves.
Yeah.
You know me, I was a heel. In those days, I had like the boxing gloves in the back. I
Yeah.
Wait,
I had a.
you broke in wearing clocks and gloves?
No, what are you retarded?
Say what the fuck? Oh my god, Joey Diaz is a savage, man. Broke into this dude's house. He said to test my knowledge, man. This is what I be saying. Like, you gotta take this stuff seriously, especially nowadays. Like, making sure like everything around your house is locked up. Like, I always just make sure to lock the door behind me and make sure all my windows is closed, everything's locked. You got guys like Diaz who really do this. Like he said, like, this was what he wanted to do. This was like his job. Like, he knew how to get in your house. Like, it was easy for him. Like he said, he did all that to get into your balcony. Joey Diaz is a savage, man. Let us know if you want to see more reaction to him down in the comments. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share, man. It's the road to 10K subscribers. We see you next time. It would be peace.